That means no religion, no diversity.
If you was on an island with someone else and you got shipwrecked, you could be with a Hare Krishna. You two different beliefs. You're not going to be thinking about, well, you need to pray like this. You need to read this book. You need to believe this. You'll be like food, fire, shelter. That's the common interest. That's life.
So this is what I'm saying. This is why like in that last conversation with
Raven,
I was saying to man that basically the only way to change the system is to opt out of the system and be no part of the system anymore. I think that's the best way to destroy the system in itself. However, in terms of like thinking about commerce and money and businesses, what I'm saying is I think that's short term. That's a short term fix. But what you're saying is you don't have a problem with the system as long as you can get an equal standing in it. And that's different from recognizing that the system is inhumane and unnatural and is designed by default to cause the very same problems that plague it.
I hear you, yeah. I hear you. You know, there's times when I used to feel like that way back, whatnot. But the thing is, yeah, what I've learned, and I learned it from that, what's his name? One of them generals, the black one who, when they came out Iraq, what's his name? Powell, yeah? His exit strategy, yeah? Transitionary period in anything. Any dramatic change needs a transitionary period. You cannot just boom. Yeah. There would be a disaster right across.
I think that's the only thing that's going to change the current system. Disaster. Thank you. This is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's a hell of a lot.
Listen, there's not going to be no. Listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah? This is not going to be some soft company fucking merger where Alice from
soft Brexit.
Yeah, Alice from finances gets moved down and a nice little package. If we're talking about society and the way things are on a whole, if you understand or have a slight notion, I don't know.
But listen, this is, I hear you, but you see, like this man, is your son?
Yes, it is.
There you go, yeah. I thought like you, but then I had my son. Maybe you got kids, whatnot, blah blah. Then I had to think a bit different. I don't want to go hard because, all right,
we got kids. What about other people's kids?
I know, of course. No. Listen.
He wants a lot of the stuff that you want. Can I say to you? I don't think the system would allow you to partially come out.
This is what I'm trying to say. But this is what he's.
I had to think different.
You know what I mean? I agree with you. I know where you're coming from, and there's no conflict in none of it.
I want to be dragging my son on my back through a war zone, apocalyptic style with machetes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
Have to do that anyway.
If the time comes for that, yeah, you have to do it. But would I bring it? Would you bring it?
Stay in the comfiness.
No, I'm not trying to bring it to stay in the comfort. I'm trying to get out in a different way. But I hear what you're saying. I don't
think humans thrive in that soft approach of moving away from something.
That's true. We do
riots and everything. Everyone's coming together.
We do develop in problems because we have to think them through. Yeah, that is the truth. That's like the war or whatnot.
You know what it is like? You know what it is like here, brother? We got this notion that if we govern ourselves, that equals anarchy.
No.
Yeah? Yes, we do.
I don't.
But you're the first one that mentioned it.
No, I'm just talking about if we try to take on the government or something like that. You think? Because the government, like you said, the government's not going to let us.
The government. So what you're saying is
there would be a fight, isn't it?
You don't have to take on the government to opt out of society. Yeah. What happens is you're afraid that the government's going to take you on and us on for deciding that we don't want them anymore. And if that's the case, then maybe there's a problem with the government and not my way of thinking.
They're taking us on softly anyway, day by day.
I think that's part of the condition.
Against the people.
I mean,
as much as it's crazy, and I agree with you, there has to be change.
You know
well, I mean, you were right.
I'm sure they've done some scientific experiments to label our free thought processes. Yeah, you know, like it's similar to fight or flight, but we've got a few shades going on here. Yeah, I'm like all out. You're like, yeah, we're out, but like I've got kids, blah blah blah. You're kind of like, there's no point of only us three going because it's only us three. So we need everyone else to be on it. Yeah, these are the common thought processes that we have when we initially talk about these things. I think the discussion should be had more for communication and so that we can get our heads around what it actually means to say, do you know what, we don't want to be governed anymore. Basically what we're talking about is understanding what it means for us to be free and govern ourselves, for us to be sovereign, which is our birthright. So we need to discover how to just be how we should be in the first place, where it doesn't matter who the fuck anyone has voted for, because we're all living life. That's all I'm speaking about. So if that means that by us not voting and not taking part in certain activities and doing certain things means that the whole society is going to come crumbling down, then maybe society is held up by the wrong things. Or this version of society. Because it may work for you and your son are cool, but I know 1,000 other people 1,000 miles away are suffering.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the way we live and the society that we contribute.
I agree.
Validate by living in and agreeing to.
I agree.
And we're all guilty of it, but maybe if enough of us said enough, and you know what I'm saying is before they force us, or before they force it and then people are out in the roads because they have no choice. Try and take back some choice before you want to fight for freedom. Like fight for freedom because you actually want to be free and make an actual choice rather than society important anymore, like internet.
So does that mean you have to be prepared for the consequences that come with revolting against the government?
See, I don't know who's revolting. If you revolt against someone, then they obviously own you and have the means to defend whatever it is. That's what I don't know the dictionary definition of.
You're just not complying
straight away.
You're not engaging.
And you're admitting that I just feel like maybe you actually don't have to. Maybe if we just decided that we don't want to play the game anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you do need a sizable amount of people. And if society is what we're being shown society is, which is a lot of sheep, a lot of people will follow.
You know,
a lot of people would follow.
You know,
like,
I said to someone
that you
the other
wouldn't
day,
ordinarily think would follow. Like, you know, like if you've ever been in a circumstances where there's that mass, that crowd thing, that strength in numbers kind of mentality, you see people that you wouldn't expect to do certain things become empowered by the crowd.
Like the students when they done their students against
many things.
Against
like for instance,
the loans and all that.
New Year's Eve is a time where I can go up to an elderly white man and woman on the bus and say Happy New Year, and they turn around and they're Happy New Year, and there's actually genuine joy and no fear or intimidation in that interaction. Now that's a stereotype, but I've actually think to all of you, I wouldn't get the same reaction. You'd look at me like a madman, or you'd be scared thinking, oh, what's he up to? I get all those kind of things. Like,
but that parameter's been preset because it's been preset. You know, so it says
why do we allow ourselves? Why do we accept these given days where we're allowed to show humanity?
I hear you. We should be able to set our days.
It's crazy.
You know, we should be able to set our days.
Programmed, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we are.
Why is it not like that every day? These are the things that really have nothing to do with religion or anything like that. Politics. It's actually, you understand that we've been programmed in a way where we're most scared of ourselves.
You know the wicked thing? See, the other day when I was having like a little Christian discussion, no disrespect to any Christians here, but I said to my friend, you're so for the Christian religion that if they came out with a new Bible tomorrow, you would follow it, wouldn't you? And he looked at me and he started laughing and smiling and said, I would. And that is, I think, is part of the problem. Everyone's quick to...
A lot of Christians wouldn't though.
A lot of them wouldn't, because I had a conversation with other Christians and they was like, no, because we don't know about false prophecies.
A lot of
and
Christians won't read another Christian's Bible. Like,
what, even if it's the same?
Like for instance, Jehovah's Witnesses won't partake in the King James Bible.
Yeah.
The
7 day.
For the 7 days, they won't read the New World Translation or nothing like that. So, you know,
it's division. It's division, and the thing is, we all breathe, we all sleep, we all eat, we all shit, fuck, sorry, language and all that, and piss. That's just the basic things, you understand? But these other things have been introduced into our psyche, make us divide ourselves from each other, including words.
I feel like there's got to be a massive spell under anybody that says something like "God save the Queen." You're enchanted.
I'm down with that one.
I think you're enchanted or you're spellbound or something.
And yet you've got that in your jacket.
It's a jacket. I've probably got other stuff on my trainers. I don't believe in Nike, the goddess of victory.
Saturn.
Goddess of victory. I don't believe in Saturn worship. I'm holding emblems. I'm not perfect, but I agree with what you're saying.
The clothes don't make us the man for real.
It doesn't define me in any way, shape or form. But I do get what you mean. I think we should become a little bit more aware of the stuff we wear. It's just so hard though. You know? It's not hard, it's easy, but you know, I change it up. I change it up and change up my girl, but I'm just like anyone else.
In my island, in my country, St. Lucia, if you wear a camouflage like this or trousers or anything, you go prison for 6 months.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Don't ask me why.
Militia.
They just don't want you to wear it.
Yeah, they don't want you wearing it.
In St. Lucia, you would,
It makes sense.
they would take this off you or
some
take you
kind
to
of
court,
ignorance like that.
and you can end up going to prison.
I don't know. I think it's actually. I understand that. I'm exercising my right to do that here and whatnot.
But then,
I understand
do you agree
because
that
it's like, are you
you should
trying
go
to
to prison
impersonate
if you wear something
military?
Oh no,
or whatever?
don't agree that at all.
It's
This is
just like saying
barbaric.
if you wear a black jumper,
You know what I
if you wear
mean?
this and-
Yeah, you understand me, boy. This is barbaric to do that.
Like a police officer.
Yeah.
They get present here as well, so it's got
Because you know what they need? They need that uniform to keep its power over your mind. You know, that hypnotic state that it's got you in. When you see the lights, when you see the uniform, when you see high vis,
The triggers.
You know, the triggers, the subconscious triggers to say, oh, yes, I must behave myself. I must be in check. Or someone of a bigger standing is here now. No,
But yeah, it's just a man in clothes. It's funny. If he took those clothes off, he wouldn't have the same power. So you know, this is how indoctrinated we are. It's quite.
I don't think we need police.
It's quite surreal that we can't think
Unless all these people
objective.
here are behaving themselves because subconsciously they know that there's police around. I think that that's all the experiment I need to
I would
do.
rather see no army than no police.
I'd rather see no army, no police. I'd rather see people empowered.
You do still see violence on the streets.
Yeah, you do, but that's police and army. Police and army are not going to stop violence, and they only incur more violence upon themselves and onto others as well.
So what's the solution?
Police yourself. Be empowered enough to say, do you know what, that's wrong. And I'm going to be empowered enough to say, do you know what, I think that's wrong, stop.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, yeah, do you know what, I agree, stop.
A lot.
What if the
But
crime's
it's true.
already committed?
Huh?
What if the crime's already committed and you've been told that that person's done that? Then how do you?
Like,
Right, well,
what's the
group.
That
punishment
comes to
clause in it?
communities
A group,
and
a
the
community,
group and
yeah.
the people all coming together.
Yeah,
I
and
think-
challenging in
you know
that
what
person.
They call it? They call it jungle justice.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's what they've labelled it, to make you think it's primitive. People being able to rule themselves is primitive. You need a third party to sort out your problems. That is civilized. And that's the way that everything is inverted and we're fooled. And that's why you can't even have an argument in your own family without someone saying they're going to call the police on you. Because they can't deal with conflicts. Meanwhile, all our money is going to war. All our energy is going to fighting each other. So how is it we can't deal with conflict? And all we're surrounded with is conflict. Everything is conflict. Republicans and Democrats, Conservative and Labour, Muslim and Christian, white and black, male and female. All we get bombarded with
Conflict.
is conflict. Husband versus wife, husband versus mother-in-law.
Young, old.
In every program, in anything, it's always about
Yeah, it's division.
division. And that keeps us in a state where we allow things like police.
Yeah.
So we could be like, oh, get off him! Get off him!
Yeah.
Get off him! Get off him! Get off him!
Yeah,
Like, and that's who we've become. What are you doing? You're killing him! You're killing him! Snap, snap, snap! You're killing him! Oh my god! This is so fucking bad. I've got to upload this up to my YouTube. Do you know what I mean? This is so bad.
See the recent one with the officer
Oh,
and
I've got a
and
t-shirt.
the shopkeepers
Pray
in the
for-
shop watching the policeman kill him. Watching the policeman
Pray
and
for
then
Hyde Park.
they talk
I've got
about
a t-shirt,
drugs
Pray
in
for
his
Hyde
store.
Park. You can get them on my Shopify for $5.99.
All right.
Pray for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're just becoming a nation of people that are just I don't know, man. I don't know what we are. We're not human. We're numb. We're so detached from nature, all of us.
Yeah, we're totally
And
How do you think
detached.
they've done that?
Huh?
How do you think they've done that?
Oh, time.
Through a long process.
No, but specifically.
Yeah.
Because we all know, okay, we can say food, geoengineering, all these different
Everything,
things.
man.
I think that food and gene engine is much later. That's like now. I mean, prior to that, it's just education
Can you find that
and
aspect
law
in your life
and religion.
that has not been tinkered with?
Second.
Can you find that aspect in your life that has not been tinkered with? Or that if we try to just throw something up and we'll try and look and see if we can find any traces of
Something in my
tinkering.
life that hasn't been tinkered with.
Anything you do, family. All right. So the way we look at life, in my way of family, what they call it, a nuclear family is that has been propagated to us. Also, marriage, in terms of marrying on your own, is not recognised as being lawful now. So you have to marry within their way of doing it, either which is some form of subversive allegiance to the Queen, or the imparting of a ring of Saturn.
Smacking law.
Yeah.
You know, no smacking law.
So
Children
now
have changed since
they've
that.
taken your willingness to commit and unify with someone, and they've made it into something that to this day.
We don't need to follow that.
But most people, of course you do, because how are you going to get married?
I've got 2 kids.
Okay.
I've got 2 kids and I've been with my partner
Yeah.
for 17 years.
Cool. And financially,
And I'm not married.
financially, there's certain things that they've made it, and I agree with you to live that way. I don't think you cannot live that way. However, what I would say is they've made it so it's more favourable for people to get married if they want to.
That's for people who follow.
No,
That's
it is,
for-
but,
that's for the
but this is
sheep
what
that
we're
follow
speaking
the
about, though. I got married. I'd still need to go to a registry office and marry in their way.
Yeah, otherwise it's not legal in the country.
Why?
Hold on, the original thing that we were asking is what aspect of life has changed? And I
Yeah, you said family
and I
life.
said
So this is
family,
how
but hold on,
this is how people.
How far are we going back to?
This is how people. This is
Because family, people have been getting married for how many thousands of years? You know, so I'm wondering how far are we going back
how many
to?
thousand? Let me ask you a question. Yeah. How many thousands of years have people been getting married in the way that we do, where we take a certain set of vows, there's a certain pattern to how we get married, yeah? So for instance, how far back does the white wedding go?
Not that long.
Yeah, people used to
So
jump
let's take
over a
that
broom
away.
and that
Okay,
was it.
So how far back does the exchanging of wedding vows go? Okay. How far back does the exchanging of a ring go? How far back does being given away by your father go? Best man, the name's bride, groom. How do you know what I mean?
Husband,
When you go back
wife.
to certain people. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, unifying with another being is what we have done from times ago.
Yeah.
Marriage and weddings are new shit
that means nothing.
but it affects how we view each other and how we interact in
Let's
society.
let's take it from
It wasn't long ago they was calling people bastards if your parents weren't married.
let's take it from a perspective of a natural way. Yeah, I mean nature's been there forever, as longer than us, and still with us. Now, in nature, we look at animals and stuff like that. They don't get married per se. I mean, you get 2 magpies.